All right, who's up for some more ear training, piano skill fun? This is my third week in a row creating these fun videos where I take you through cadences, I show you how to play them on piano, we sing them in solfege, we have a rockin' good time. If this is appealing to you, stick around. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been posting some tutorials here on YouTube. And 2 weeks ago, we did the Plagal cadence, the 1-4 cadence, which I'll link up here. And then last week, we worked on the perfect cadence, which is the 1-5-7-1 cadence, which I will now link up here. Now, this week's video, we are going to dig into a combination of those two things. So we're going to string them in a row. We're going to go from 1-4 to 1-5-7 to 1. So we're going to include the Plagal cadence to the perfect cadence. And again, this is something that shows up in music all over the place, and I think you're going to find it's really effective. Now, if you work through the other videos, you may find that this is quite easy because we've done some of this already. But if you haven't, don't fret. I'm going to break it all down for you. So let me show you right here. You can see we're going from a C triad and then we're going to an F triad, and this is the second inversion of an F triad. All right, then we go back to the C triad, then we go to this abbreviated G7. So it has the third, the seventh, and the root, but it's omitting the fifth just because I wanted to keep the texture the same. And then we go back to a C triad. So when we're going from the 1 chord to the 4 chord in this configuration, you'll notice that the bottom note stays the same. And the middle note goes up by a half step, and the top note goes up by a whole step. And this is important information for us because it will make transposing this very easy. You won't have to worry about key signatures and what's the key signature of the key I'm in. You'll just be able to remember the interval structure. All right. Then when we go from the 1 chord to the 5-7 chord, from the C to the G7 in this case, you'll notice the bottom note goes down by a half step, the middle note goes up by a half step, and the top note stays the same. So let me show you this on piano. So when we go from the C to the F, okay, the bottom note stays the same, the middle note goes up by a half step, and the top note goes up by a whole step. And then we go back. All right, so let me show that to you again. There's the C, the bottom note stays the same, the middle note moves up by a half step, and the top note moves up by a whole step. And then back. Then when we go to the 5 chord, the bottom note goes down by a half step, the middle note goes up by a half step, and the top note stays the same. So let me show it to you again. C to the F to the C to G7 to C. Okay, and if we do that in Roman numerals, it goes from 1 to 4 to 1 to 5 to 1. Excellent. So let's do that via the circle of fifths. I always like to go the flat way. That's my favorite way, going from C to F to B flat, etc. Obviously, when you're practicing it yourself, you can go the other way around. You can go up and down by half steps, whatever floats your boat. So we're going to go in the key of F. 1, 4, 1, 5, 1. Excellent. Now in B flat. 1, 4, 1, 5, 1. Great. Now to E flat. 1. There's the A flat. And then we've got our B flat 7. And if you want to keep it interesting, you can try to keep track of what the chord names is too. That's a great thing to do in your mind, but do it only if it's reasonable for you to do and your head doesn't explode. Now we're going to go to A flat, to the D flat, A flat, E flat 7, E flat. Great. Yeah, and then there's the 5-7 chord, D flat. Now G flat, to C flat, to G flat, to D flat 7, to G flat. Now we're going to go to B. B to E, to B, to F sharp 7, to B. Great. Now we'll do the same thing in the key of E. E, A, B, B7, and E. Great. Now we'll do it in the key of A. A, haven't pointed out the fingering yet, but now that I think of it, when you go from the 1 to the 4 chord, you'll keep the fingering the same, 1, 3, 5. And then when you go to the 5 chord, you're playing 1, 4, and 5. That. Good. And then we're going to go to G. And this is the 1, 4, 5 fingering. Might be tricky at first. And then back to C. And there's the 1, 4, 5 fingering. And then back to C. Excellent job. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add the left hand playing the bass notes. So when we're going from C to F to C to G to C, those are the notes that our left hand is going to play. And for now, we're going to play those notes going up. So we're going to go up to F and up to G. And as we do that, we're going to sing in movable do solfege because I think it's a great way for you to start to internalize all of this. So let's give it a go. So you're going to start on C and you're going to go do, fa, do, sol, do. Does that make sense? So you're going to try that one more time. Do, fa, do, sol, do. Good. So let's try that in the key of F. Do, fa, do, sol, do. Now do it B flat. Do, fa, do, sol, do. Now in E flat. Do, fa, do, sol, do. So I think you get the gist. You can practice that in all 12 keys by the circle of fifths. Totally easy peasy. And I'll actually, as a bonus, I'll put a free downloadable PDF of the circle of fifths if you want one to stick up on your piano or your practice area. There'll be a link below in the description box. So now we can do the same thing, but instead of going up to the bass notes, we're going to go down. So we're going to go C down to F, C down to G, and we'll sing them as well in movable do solfege. So here we go. Do, fa, do, sol, do. Excellent. Let's do it in the key of F now. Do, fa, do, sol, do. Now to B flat. Do, fa, do, sol, do. We'll try it in E flat. Do, fa, do, sol, do. Excellent job. So you can continue that all the way through the circle of fifths until you've covered all the keys. So if you're not a solfege person or you want to have an additional way of looking at this, because there are a ton of different ways that you could think of this, instead of singing the solfege, you could actually sing 1, 4, 1, 5, 1. And to really get the chords in your mind, you could actually sing the names of the chords. C, F, C, G7, C. All right? And there would be a strong argument in favor of doing it all three ways so you can really, really internalize this and understand this. This is what I like to call living theory. And I know that there are a lot of people out there, a ton of people out there, who maybe haven't connected the things that they've learned in music theory to the things that they're singing or playing on the piano. And this is a way to deliberately marry those two things together so that theory isn't something that you see like on paper, but that theory is actually there so that you can have a better understanding of how the music works. And remember, music isn't something that lives on paper. Music is something that we hear and something that we interpret and understand in our own way. And there are a lot of different ways to do it.
So that's today's tutorial. If this is something that you liked, make sure you like it, like the video, and leave a comment below telling me how it worked for you or if you gave it a try. Also, if there are other videos that you want me to cover, other subject matters, I am thrilled to make whatever video you're interested in learning about. I can put something together for you as you like it. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel and to turn on notifications so that you can be kept in the loop. I generally post several videos a week here on my YouTube channel. If you want to know more about my work, you can check out my website, pianoandvoicewithbrenda.com. And in the description box below, I have all kinds of great free resources that you can check out. And also you can find out more information about my online courses. I love musicianship, I love theory, I love ear training, and I really love being able to empower people to be able to make the music that they want to make and to understand the music that they want to make even more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.